It's the day after Tottenham 3, Liverpool 6. And I'll be honest, it still hurts. It still hurts. It's a number of batterings we've had this season. And in this video, we're going to talk about how Liverpool scored 6 against that Tottenham team. Ange Postecoglou's heaviest defeat in his reign as Spurs manager. I'll be honest, everyone knows my thoughts. I don't think Ange is a good enough manager in terms of the squad we've got to take us back towards the top 4. I don't think he's tactically intelligent enough. I think his in-game managerial decisions are some of the worst I've seen. And Liverpool barely flexed a muscle in that second half and still scored 3 goals. So what does that say about how strong they are? What does it also say about how poor Tottenham are? Make sure you go down. Make sure you drop a like. That would be greatly appreciated. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. We are steamrolling our way towards 40,000 subscribers, which is insane. We're nearly 40% of the way there to getting that plaque. And around 83% of everyone who watches the channel is not subscribed. I'm a little bit more calmer. Yesterday, I completely lost my head. I do apologise to a degree because I don't really want to rant on here every single time Tottenham play. But what I'm watching in front of my eyes is a team that are mid-table now. And I'm at peace with that. I'm at peace that Tottenham will finish anywhere between 8th and 13th. I'm at peace with that now. That's just what we are. It's just who we are, mate. This Liverpool side, absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Mohamed Salah, Luis Diaz, Dominic Szoboszlai, one of his best games in a Liverpool shirt. Ryan Gravenberch, brilliant as always. McAllister, yes, people are going to naturally come out and say Liverpool have conceded a lot of goals recently. They conceded 3 against Newcastle. They conceded 2 against Fulham. And they conceded 3 against Spurs. However, we do need to apply some context here. The Fulham game, when they conceded 2, they did play for 70-odd minutes with 10 men. The Southampton game at St. Mary's, of course, was not Liverpool's best performance, but they still come out with 3 points. And the Newcastle game, St. James's Park, is one of the hardest away games to go to in the Premier League. I'm not making excuses for Liverpool, but what we saw yesterday was a team that understood they had to win that game. Chelsea dropped points and Arsenal won. Everyone was watching. Everyone around Europe and around the world was watching Tottenham versus Liverpool. It was a game in which the size of it was absolutely enormous for both managers. Ange Postecoglou at the moment is in disastrous form with 1 win in his last 7 games or something stupid like that in the league. And Chelsea, of course, drew. So Liverpool extend the gap to 4 points with a game in hand, which means they could be 7 points clear of Chelsea and 9 points clear of Arsenal. But how did this Liverpool side get in behind Tottenham so much? We'll look at the Tottenham team now. There it is. Forster, Porro, Radu Dragusin, Archie Gray, Jed Spence, Papa Matasar, Bissouma, Kulu, Maddison, Son, and Solanke. Solanke with a fantastic finish and a lovely ball through to Kulusevski with a great finish, and James Maddison. They are the 3 players right now this season for me who I can categorically say are playing for the badge. Kulusevski, again, has been one of our best players this season. He has been absolutely phenomenal. Probably our best player in terms of his overall performances. When you look at James Maddison, he's now got 12 GA in the league. Son's also got 11 GA. Solanke's up there as well. And, of course, Kulu. But what Liverpool did so well in this game is overloading Tottenham's midfield. And that is how they won the game. When you've got a defensive partnership of Radu Dragusin and Archie Gray, any Premier League manager that has a tactical brain in their head would naturally adopt a more pragmatic approach, knowing you are playing the best team in Europe. who are top of the Champions League, who are top of the Premier League, who are in the League Cup semi-finals against you. This was a warning of what could come in the league. We've got to play them twice next month. I do not even want to see Liverpool ever again in that stadium under this manager, because they're going to just torment you. What they did so well is, on the left-hand side, there was countless times where Dominic Szoboszlai, Luis Diaz, Jota, Andrew Robertson got in behind Tottenham's back line. The individual mistakes of our back line was disastrous. Jed Spence, as soon as we scored, sprints down to try and press Trent. Trent plays one ball in, and they're in behind. You know, Basuma and Sarr, every single time they got on the ball, Szoboszlai, McAllister and Gravenberch were pressing the life out of them. Pressing the absolute life out of them. That Liverpool midfield of Gravenberch and McAllister and Szoboszlai is the best midfield in the league. And I don't even think that was Gravenberch's best game in a Liverpool shirt. But they kept the amount of time as Trent got on the ball with acres of space, played a ball in behind. The first goal actually come from a Trent Alexander-Arnold cross, a fantastic header from Luis Diaz, who's on fire this season, on absolute fire. You know, the amount of times that we gave Liverpool time and space, it does not add up for me. You know, Luis Diaz has got, I think he's got 9 GA in the league. He's got 3 in the Champions League. That's 12. He's got 13 GA this season in about 25 games for Liverpool. And then you've also got the current best player in the world in unbelievable goal scoring and creative form. And we just give him so much time and space. They had that chance where Szoboszlai run past Forster and put it wide. They had that chance where Luis Diaz put it on the roof of the net when he should have scored. They had another chance where Mohamed Salah hit the crossbar. This game genuinely could have been 7, 8 or 9. We're currently sitting here where Tottenham have conceded 61 shots in their last 3 home games. Liverpool had 24 against us yesterday. Manchester United had 20. That's 44 shots in our last 2 home games. And Chelsea had 17. 62 shots conceded in our last 3 home games. The difference between Liverpool and these other teams is Liverpool took a lot of their chances. They took a lot of their chances. But this isn't something we've seen new of Spurs. Spurs are so bad and poor in possession. And Liverpool are relentless. Yes, we scored 3 goals, but we absolutely gifted them 2 of them. And their game was already done. Like, everyone's going to come out and say, you know, Liverpool still conceded 3 goals. It doesn't matter. They scored 6. Like, we're sitting here right now. Liverpool have got Leicester, West Ham, Manchester United in their next 3. That is 9 points. Then they play Tottenham away in the League Cup. Let's be honest. The hardest game that Liverpool have got there is Forest away and Brentford away. They're going to come to what's now being called as 3-point lane. And because Ange Postecoglou does not have a plan B, it's who we are, it's who we are. The managerial decision to take off James Maddison is absolutely disastrous. It is disastrous. Yes, we were 4-1 down, but he was the only player who looked like getting on the ball and creating something. He's the player who got you back into the game at 2-1. Any manager in the world would be sitting there and going, just sit out to halftime, right? And I always say the first 15 minutes of the second half are so important. They scored in the 54th minute and they scored in the 60th minute. You know, at what point now do we turn around and say enough's enough? Liverpool were fantastic yesterday. Absolutely fantastic. You know, and that's 11 goals scored in their last 3 games for Liverpool. Those 3 goals yesterday did very, very good for their goal difference. You know, they've scored 37 in the league now. The only team, believe it or not, Tottenham have scored the most goals in the league, but also conceded 25. We've conceded 13 goals in our last 3 home games and scored 10. At what point do you have to turn round and say, this cannot continue? Don't get me wrong, Liverpool are fantastic in every element of a football pitch. Going forward, managing out games, creating chances. Defensively, they're very, very strong. Very strong. They've got the joint best defensive record in the league with Arsenal, right? But if they play like that against Tottenham in the League Cup, it's going to be an absolute capitulation. A capitulation. We will fold like a pack of cards. I just can't sit here and back this manager anymore. I've had enough. I have been saying this for 3 months. Nearly 4 months now. The turning point for me, when I wanted Ange Postecoglou out, I'll tell you the date, was the 15th of September. Right? We lost to Arsenal. It is unacceptable to play like that against Arsenal 3 games in a row. And you look at where we are in the league now, we are currently mid-table. I'm at peace now, the fact that we are going to finish anywhere between 8th and 12th. That is a realistic expectation under this manager. Forget top 4. Look at where we are in the league. Look at our recent form. 3 losses and a draw in our last 5. That's the worst. That's the worst form, right? In the top 16. Top 16 teams. We're 1 point above Manchester United, who are in the gutter. But Liverpool, the amount of times they got down the byline, the amount of space they had. Szoboszlai's best performance for me in a Liverpool shirt. Mohamed Salah, again, 2 goals, 2 assists. Luis Diaz, really good performance. Trent Alexander-Arnold, I know they conceded 3 goals, but his defence splitting passes. It was too easy for Liverpool. It was an absolute capitulation from Tottenham. And I've had enough of it. I have categorically had enough of this crap. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you do drop a like. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. I'm out.